was an interesting one. You know, you and I have said like multiple times, even when we've been talking about the damage that Candace has done to Charlie's legacy. And we've said this before, that she is actually hugely insulting to Charlie and Charlie's character itself by, you know, disparaging everyone that he chose to surround himself with. Other people are starting to notice similar things. One of those people being Patrick Bet David. Here is what he said on that topic.
Either Charlie Kirk was such a horrible leader that he picked people the wrong way, then we're questioning his character. Because you get judged for who you choose. Okay? And so Candace's argument is if Turning Point USA is that bad, then that's questioning his character and his wherewithal to pick the right leadership team on what to do with the company. Okay? So then if that's the direction you're going to go, I don't know. I think long term, when you think about who's playing a positive role on the right values and principles being passed down to the kids, as a man who's got 4 kids, I would put Charlie above everybody.
Yeah. And she's tearing it down, tearing it all down.
Yeah. And I wish more people would speak out about it.
Yeah. Same. Especially because, you know, it's not just her. She's obviously the worst of them, but like Possum Lady and her stupid mime like sidekick, they are now saying despicable things about Erica Kirk. And I'm just blown away by anyone who can criticize her. By like somebody one of these psychopaths and this is a person on the right, to your point, posted a photo that Erica took, and I don't even remember who she's with, but it was at like a reception or a party or whatever that she was at recently, and she's smiling with this person with whom she's in a photograph, and they post that photo and say, "Sure doesn't look like a grieving widow to me." And I'm just like, what? She's not allowed to ever smile?
You can't ever smile. Right.
I can't.
Yeah. And listen, God bless them that they've never lost somebody that they love, somebody that close to them. I mean, they obviously haven't. So people who are grieving are never allowed to smile. God help them.
I know. It doesn't, I mean, for crying out loud, at my son's funeral, after the service, like during which everyone was bawling, including me, and I was like walking around with tissue, like there was never a moment that I didn't need it. Until after the service, when I'm seeing friends and getting time to spend with you and other friends that I haven't seen face to face in months and months and sometimes years.
Right.
I smiled. I mean, does that make me, am I less of a mom? Am I worse of a mom because I continue to smile even after he's gone? Like, that's just freaking crazy and evil to put that on somebody. And yet Possum Lady and evil mime bitch that sits next to her and just nods all the time are ripping on Erica freaking Kirk.
So this is intentional weaponization of her gender and her faith. And she is a grifter. And just look at the costume changes. Look at the costume changes. Look at the affect and how she does that. It's wild. This woman should be kicked to the curb. She is an absolute grifter, just like Donald Trump and just like her unrepentant, racist, homophobic husband was.
You know what? That bitch is Satan with bolt-ons. She is an animatronic.
Oh my God.
Possum is what she is. Honestly, I have nothing nice to say about those women.
Nothing. Not a thing.
Absolutely nothing. And they hate Charlie Kirk, one, because he was a Christian. These people are demons. They cannot stand Christians. They will do everything they can to just tear down Christianity. They hate it so much. And then they also hate him because he built something. He built something from nothing that is conservative and wonderful and family oriented. And she hates the family. She actually, I read a little bit about Jennifer Welch. She is happily divorced from her drug addict husband. And they have some weird relationship where they apparently for some time, they were still living together, divorced, and he's a drug addict. And they raise their kids. And they like that. That's like, that to them is like a family thing. I guess she's like a part.
Maybe you got to do drugs in order to be around her.
That would make. I mean, if you were married to Satan with bolt-ons, wouldn't you?
I'm just saying, it's a possibility.
Where these people are insufferable.
They're awful. They're absolutely awful. And the absolute worst people are being promoted as being on the right, namely Nick Fuentes, who's another one who now Piers Morgan has decided to give his platform to. And I just wanted to share one clip because it's just so funny to me. Piers Morgan he didn't try. He just outright asks Nick Fuentes if he is attracted to women or if he's gay. And I don't think Nick actually knows or feels sure of the answer to that question because, yeah, he says he's attracted to women, but then when he's asked if he's gay, there's a hesitation there. See if you see it. But you might want to wrap yourself in a cozy earth blanket real quick before we do, just for like some extra cushion before the explosion.
It's really great gift too, you guys. Great gift
Such
for
a good
Christmas.
gift.
The bubble cuddle blanket is my absolute favorite. We gave one to our son and our daughter-in-law as a housewarming gift. Really great Christmas gift. You should consider that. Also, their bamboo sheets, so good. They're from viscose from bamboo. And I cannot even tell you how soft they are. They're so amazing.
And they get better with every wash.
They do.
Every wash, they get softer.
And they help you sleep better because if you're like a menopausal woman and you have problems with temperature control, they help you with that. So they help you, actually sleep, it's pretty amazing. And all their stuff is great. Like they have pajamas, they have all sorts of stuff that are it's luxurious. Really, really wonderful stuff that'll last forever. Like the pajamas I've had forever. I think some of my pajamas I've had probably for 6 or 7 years. They still look brand new. They wash amazingly. So consider those two as a gift. So head to cozyearth.com/chicks, use code chicks for up to 40% off and place your order by December 12th, I think it is, for guaranteed Christmas delivery. So you have like 3 days to do that. And the code chick still works after that for 20% off. So cozyearth.com/chicks. Do it.
Just to clear up one of the many theories about you, I've no idea what the answer is and you haven't got to answer. But are you actually attracted to women?
I am attracted to women.
You're not gay?
No. But I will say that women are very difficult to be around.
Okay.
So there's that.
And do you think they should have the right to vote?
I do not. No, absolutely not.
They should stay at home?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So basically, you're just a misogynist old dinosaur, aren't you? For a young guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm the boomer. I know I'm the boomer here, but actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you? Aren't you, Nick Fuentes? All women.
I am.
All women are annoying. All women grow old. They all get fat. Says the guy. Have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow. Says the guy who's never got laid.
It was such an interesting conversation between this. It was the most bizarre interview ever. And I don't hate Nick Fuentes for saying things. I hate Nick Fuentes for what he says. I need to make that clear. And that's the difference between me and Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan and the way that he interviewed him, he hates him for saying things. Because Piers Morgan is not really a free speech guy at all. He's not. He's a UK guy. He hates it when he doesn't like people saying like the word fag. He doesn't like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not like a huge fan of that word either, but at least it's kind of like, I'm not a fan of Tucker either, but I also believe that you can say whatever the hell you want to say because I'm an American. Say the things, but I don't like a lot of what people say. And in the case of Nick Fuentes, I hate everything he says, He's
awful.
But when you watch that interview, it was like watching a grandparent scold a grandson.
It didn't make Piers look good at all.
No, it didn't. And what that's going to do is it's going to embolden Nick. It just emboldened Nick. And then he looked like, oh, I'm the cool Gen Zer and you're on the way out, grandpa. And it just, I hated it. I hated the whole dynamic of that interview. It was just so weird. And I don't like that we're giving attention to this asshole. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why do we keep giving oxygen to this guy? I don't get it.
And we do it because, again, I feel like there needs to be voices on the right who are saying, hello, this is bad. This guy is bad.
Yeah.
We don't want him to be any part of us. Like we are denouncing and condemning and doing all the things.
Right. We denounce what he's saying. Where it's not just that he's saying it. We denounce, he's an idiot.
Right.
This guy it's just, for him to get out and say, oh my God, women shouldn't vote. Okay. Really? And by the way, I absolutely think that he's asexual. I don't think that he's gay.
I think
or
he's an
straight.
incel. I think I mean,
Right.
there's things about him. He maybe thinks like in his imagination that he would like to settle down and have kids one day. Never going to happen. Never going to happen because he doesn't have an appreciation for women at all. He just he sees them as a tool, a means to an end. And no one is going to be attracted to someone who feels that way about women. Like, who's going to want to be like, I'm going to marry that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, that's crazy.
Absolutely disgusting.
And speaking of people platforming terrible people, Russell Brand, of course, had Candace on his show. And we're going to play that, just one clip, again, showing that she's just how awful she is. But this clip of Candace, which is approximately 3 seconds, is the most honest she has ever been.
I've always been very sure of myself, even when I was wrong.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Very, very accurate. And she is very sure of herself. And she was talking to Russell Brand, basically saying that it was a mistake for Turning Point to put Erica in the role of CEO. So now Candace is offering managerial lessons to Turning Point, which, by the way, goes against what Charlie wanted, which was for Erica to be CEO. But here she is. God, I hate her.
Erica thing is like, you got to be at some level terrified, right? It's either the greatest evil that ever happened, or she's terrified and she's in this position. And I think the mistake they made, and I've said on my podcast, she should have never become the CEO and chairman overnight. Because now when people have questions, you got to answer them, right? You're not just a grieving widow, but you very quickly decided that you were equipped to be Charlie. Well, guess what? That's going to be a trial by fire. Charlie had to go through it. It's painful. And so people are feeling like, hey, it's not fair to ask her any questions because her husband just died. They should have put in place an interim CEO. Like, that's what any company would do. You would just say for a couple of months, give everybody time to grieve and kind of address the fact that this is like a new company and like we've got to figure things out without the head of the company,
It's
you
not
know?
a new
So I think they
company.
made a managerial error.
Okay, well, that's neat for you to say that. But he already knew who he wanted in charge if anything ever happened to him. It was already in place. You don't get to decide that. She's so pissed off that she was not his wife.
Right. Or that she was put in charge of Turning Point, apparently.
Exactly. God, it is just so palpable. And by the way, Russell Brand introduced her and her husband.
Is that right? I thought it was
Yeah.
Andrew Tate that introduced them.
No, there's like I saw pictures of Uncle Russell introducing them.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, there's a personal relationship there where people are like, why did Russell have her on his show? Well, it's because they're buddies. They go way back. So they're buddies. And this is
interesting.
it is interesting, right? The plot thickens. They're all this whole group of people are all buds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just weird.
It's ugly too. It's ugly.